Yes, awesome to have you here all the way, looking very regal on top of this termite mound. Now, this is out of time, last minute leopard. We are looking at the beautiful Tingana, the king of the termite mounds, it seems. He loves being up there. I'm sure also like a little bit like Tamba. Now, Tristan apparently said that he was busy looking for leopard tracks. He's gone out on tracking team just to make sure to help us out a little bit this afternoon. And it seems like he's got blood on his neck, not from him, not from an injury he sustained or anything else, but Tristan's got a feeling that he actually stole a kill from Tandi and Tamba. Now, the tracks for this male are all over the place like we had them this morning. And he said that he eventually bumped into him walking on the road. So we think that maybe Sneaky Tingana has actually gone and had a free meal and he stole a kill from Tandi, because Tandi's tracks were a female leopard and a cub were on top of his tracks. So quite an interesting afternoon for all the cats around here. After they made us work so hard this morning for all of them. Wonderful to see him, although a bit sleepy. Hiding his face in shame for stealing the meal from a lady. To be honest, I actually don't think he's ashamed at all. I think he's quite happy that he had a free meal. Seems like that's what he has roughly been doing lately. I think it's the second occasion where we suspect that he might have stolen a kill from Tandi and Tamba. Now, it happens often with leopards. They are all opportunistic animals, so if any of them have got the chance to have a free meal, they will take it. And not just Tingana would do this, pretty much any other leopard would do it. Wonderful camouflage. I wonder how often he lies on top of the termite mounds in the middle of these blocks away from the roads, and none of us can see him. And I have a feeling he's been around, because was it about 2 nights ago, Sam, that we heard a male leopard sawing close to the camp? And we'd been looking for a leopard the whole day, very close to camp, and just as we were closing down, right where we parked the cars, it sounded like the leopard was right there. So I'm sure Tingana's been making sure that nobody's trying any funny business around his area. This is wonderful. Somebody's quite sleepy. Doesn't seem to be moving too much around. Beautiful. Are you going to have a very nice noose up there, or are you going to start moving around? It is almost like a fantastic couch that he's got all the way up there, isn't it? Fernand, you say all the cats are so sleepy today. Yes, I agree with you. They all seem to be quite sleepy, but I think it's because they have all been moving into quite late in the morning. I don't know if you were watching the show this morning, but it was very misty and it was very cold in the beginning of the drive, so I'm sure all of these predators were moving around. The tracks that we had this morning for Tandi and Tamba, they were very, very fresh, and I think we missed them just by nothing, to be quite honest. And that was roughly, I would say, about 8 o'clock that we had them as well, or that we had the tracks that were looking quite fresh. So I think everybody has been moving around, and especially if he's managed to find and steal a kill, I reckon he's probably quite tired. And we know that the lions were moving into quite late this morning, so now they're going to have to sleep a bit longer than maybe what they would normally do at this time of the year during the day, just to recover, and then they'll start moving around. And sometimes they can move very great distances during the night, especially if they're looking for food, which I think is the case for both Tingana and the Nkuhumas. Seems like the king of the termite mound is having a nice sleep, but let's go over to Jamie in the meantime, who's got a very regal lioness of her own. Here, and then I'll get hold of you now. Alright, seems like Tingana is quite happy all the way up there. Sorry guys, there was just a bit of game drive talks, but I'm sure Tristan will understand that we much prefer to speak about Tingana than anything else. It's been a wonderful afternoon, and who knew that we were going to come across so many different cats all around? I don't even believe it myself. We had such a struggle for them this morning, but it's always wonderful to see them up here. And I think Tingana, he's looking somewhat full. I don't think he stole too much of what was left of a kill. If we think that Tandi and Tamba were perhaps eating it, I don't think there was too much. Maybe just a little bit for him to enjoy. And now off with his beauty sleep. So I wonder if we're going to hear him calling tonight. He's not too far from the staff camp and where we stay. So every now and again we get lucky and we hear all these wonderful sounds that the nocturnal creatures go that allow us to somewhat hear and have a bit of an idea of what they get up to during the nighttime. I think for the time being, though, he's more than happy to stay up on the termite mound, and I just want to see if perhaps he'll wake up and glance in any direction and give us a bit of a look. Because for now, it seems like maybe that's just not going to be the case. But I can't believe how comfortable he looks on top of the termite mound, doesn't he? It's almost like he's found a perfect couch and he's just managed to wangle himself all the way in there. It's almost like the termite mound is perfect for him. And I'm sure this is not the first time he's come across this termite mound. Knowing Tingana, he knows exactly which termite mound he wanted to sleep on. Oh boy, I'm sure you've enjoyed the day, haven't you? What a wonderful afternoon it's been. Good to see you around. I hadn't seen him for a little while, and I think, like we said last time, it was Tristan and you, hey, so when you guys had him on that kill. I think.
Oh yes. Little Gary.
On Little Gary, yes. So that was the last time we saw him, but it's always good to catch up with them and know that they are still doing well, because sometimes, or more often than not, we will see their tracks on the road going up and down before we actually manage to see anything else. I think you are still quite sleepy. I wanted to maybe give him a bit of a chance to see if perhaps he was going to get his head up. Jackie, you're wondering how leopards choose their prey. Well, it's normally an opportunity thing. As he walks down this termite mound, he's going to start looking for something that he can get very close to. So anything that's unaware of his presence there, that he feels that he can get very close to, undetected, then that's very likely who he's going to choose. And in terms of potential prey species, he can choose anything from a warthog to an impala to a duiker, and I've even seen Tingana eating scrub here. So pretty much whenever he's got the opportunity, that's what he's going to choose. Anything he can get very, very close to and then pounce on it at the very last time. So I reckon maybe, well, I don't think there are any warthogs on this termite mound, like potentially on the other side, but Tingana is also known for being a very patient boy, and he's been known to wait on top of the termite mounds for creatures to either start coming back to their burrows like a warthog would do, or come out like an aardvark would do, and just hunt them from above. I can't see any openings on this termite mound, so I think maybe there's nothing in this particular one that he would be quite interested in, because he is definitely cat down. Very, very flat on top of the termite mound. And I'm just so impressed by how perfectly well the shape, or his body shape, or the way he's sleeping, just kind of helps create that idea of the mound. And if you think about it, if you were to look at it very, very closely, he looks as part of that triangle, that pyramid shape that the termite mound has, and you wouldn't even be able to see it. I mean, look at that. You just see a termite mound. Wonderful. It seems like Jamie's got a very active cat, so let's go over to her and see what the animals are doing all the way in the Mara.